Good morning, students. So today's topic is from MSN 1. Sorry, not MSN 1, it's MSN 2, and it's from hemolytic disorders, and the topic is anemia. So what does anemia means? Anemia is mainly the deficiency of blood in the body, or you can say when there are decreased number of RBCs. So let's see definition. Anemia is a blood disorder, that is deficiency in the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood due to diminished erythrocyte mass. Anemia, from the Greek word meaning without blood, is a deficiency of red blood cells and or hemoglobin. So this is what anemia means. So what are the causes of anemia, or you can say what makes body deficient in hemoglobin? So the causes are losing too many red blood cells, that is through bleeding, then destroying too many red blood cells through hemolysis, then making too few blood cells when body is not able to make the red blood cells. Then the other, you can say more described way, the causes are iron deficiency anemia, vitamin B12 deficiency, pregnancy, menstruation, intestinal disorders, esophageal disorders, hemolytic anemia, bone marrow disorders. So these are the causes that lead the body in deficient number of RBCs that do not form the hemoglobin. So whenever the woman is pregnant, so there are chances of women to get anemic because the body gets few amount of nutrition, because there are two you can say there is a small baby inside the womb or embryo which the mother nourishes through her blood. So there are chances of mother to get anemic. Then intestinal disorders, whenever we are having some intestinal disorders, so if there are viruses present in that, so they consume the body blood inside our body, and so the body can get deficient in the blood. And hemolytic disorders means whenever there are hemolytic disorders, so whenever the person gets any injury, so there are more blood loss from the body. Then other causes are hypothyroidism, hemophilia, leukemia, chronic kidney disease, hookworm infestation, family history, old history. In the family, if the persons are having history of anemia, so it's very close chance of getting the family members also to have anemia. Then we can see the clinical manifestations of the anemia. What are the signs and symptoms you are going to notice in the patient? So here in the brain area, you can have fatigue, dizziness, fainting. Then eyes will be yellow in color. Skin will be paleness, coldness, yellow. Or you can say the skin will not be so much red. So that is a sign of the anemia. Then respiratory shortness of breath, muscular weakness, intestinal change, stool color. So when the patient is anemic, the stool color will be different. Mainly the normal stool color is yellow in color, and when the person is anemic, you can see the changes in the stool color. Then blood vessels will be low blood pressure, heart is palpitation, rapid heart rate, chest pain, angina, heart attack, and there will be spleen enlargement. So these are the clinical manifestations or signs and symptoms you are going to see in the patients with the anemia. The main common symptoms in the early onset is fatigue and dizziness or fainting you will be noticing in the patients. Then how to diagnose, how you are going to diagnose the patient in the with anemia. So in that we are going to do history collection, physical examination, and lab investigation. In history collection, you are going to take the history collection, that what the patient takes in his diet and whether he has any history of any illness. Then family history. Then you will be saying related symptoms, signs, and other cytopenia, that other blood related disorders are present in the patient or not. That will tell us whether what are the reasons for having anemia in the patients. Then we can go for the lab investigations. In lab investigations, we will go for the complete blood count. Complete blood count, you will be checking to know the RBC count, hemoglobin level, then hematocrit value. These are the purposes we are doing lab investigations. Then other lab investigations you can go for bone marrow aspiration, liver and renal function test, Coombs test, vitamin and mineral deficiencies, hormonal deficiencies. These are also related tests that will be performed when the patient is anemic. Then how to treat anemia, or you can say management for anemia. So in treatment, you will be seeing here a successful treatment of anemia depends on successful diagnosis and of the cause that brings about the disease. There are several causes of anemia, including blood loss, cancer, nutrition deficiency, chronic illness, bone marrow infiltration, low response to erythropoietin and inflammation. These causes can be determined with laboratory test results and physical examination. So these are the purposes you are going to serve with the treatment. Then see here, in treatment mainly we will go for the vitamin and mineral supplements, change in diet, medication, blood transfusion, bone marrow transplant. Surgery we will do to remove the spleen if related to hemolytic anemia. You have seen in the causes that it will be splenomegaly. Then antibiotics will be given to the patients to remove any infection. Then treatment, dietary changes and supplements are done to correct the deficient vitamin or mineral. The low level causes anemia. Then diet rich in mineral and vitamins B12, VC, vitamin C or folate will be given. Oral injectable supplements of these substances. So mainly the patients are given iron supplements and folic acid to increase the hemoglobin level in the patient. So in dietary changes also we will try to include the iron rich supplements or folic acid supplements that will help in the formation of the RBCs. Then medicines we will be going for the antibiotics, antiparasitic for infection or infestation, hormones, erythropoietin, progesterone and androgens. So antibiotics will be given to kill the parasites or bacterial infections. So because whenever there are any bacteria or viruses present in the body through you can say in our intestines, so there are chances that they get stuck to the blood vessels and drink the blood from the body. So that can cause iron deficiency or blood deficiency in the body. Then for hormonal balance, so there are some certain hormonal drugs will also be given. Then in procedures we are doing blood transfusion when there are severe cases of anemia in the body, then we go for the blood transfusion. In that we try to administer the patient with the blood packet so that the blood amount can be increased in the body. Then surgical management we go for the repair of the removal of GI part causing blood loss and splenectomy. Then nursing management, since the first onset of the disease is with dizziness and fainting, so that is the first and foremost diagnosis, that is activity intolerance related to weakness, fatigue and general malaise. Then imbalanced nutrition less than the body requirement related to inadequate intake of essential nutrients, ineffective tissue perfusion related to inadequate blood volume or hematocrit volume. So these are the diagnoses related to the symptoms of the patient. So in anemia mainly you are going to see the weakness and dizziness in the patient. Then due to what are the causes of this weakness will be imbalanced nutrition, and then another thing you can see ineffective tissue perfusion. Whenever there will be less blood in the body, so there will be ineffective tissue perfusion in the body. So these are the main symptoms related diagnosis of the patient. So in today's class we have seen about the anemia, what are the causes of anemia, then signs and symptoms, diagnosis and management of anemia. So that's all for the today's class. Thank you to all the students.